Hello and welcome to another Tuesday Tips. I'm Keegan with Cloth Studio. Today we are going to be talking about how to perfectly match our seams via two different methods. One of my biggest sewing pet peeves is making sure that all of the seams perfectly match, as long as I'm not sick or super tired. There are several different ways in order for us to accomplish this. One is with the right pins, pinning in the exact right place, which you may not be thinking about, as well as with this seam glue right here, secret weapon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew a couple of these squares together, go over to the iron, and show you exactly two different methods to get these seams perfectly lined up every single time. I'm just going to place these squares together and sew them with a scant 1/4 inch seam. A scant 1/4 inch seam is one needle width less than a normal 1/4 inch seam with the edge of your foot. If you have a magnetic guide or something that you want to set up in order to achieve that, go ahead and put that on your machine, because whenever you iron and manipulate your fabric at the ironing board and putting it together, you are actually adding that needle's width worth of space, and your seam allowances end up actually larger than a 1/4 inch. Perfect. Sewing total of 4 sets of these together with a scant 1/4 inch seam. Okay, so now that we have these done, I'm going to go ahead and go over to the iron and show you exactly what you have to do in order to make sure that these seams perfectly match up every single time when we're making a 4-patch. Okay, so now I'm back at the ironing board. What we're going to do is we're actually going to press all of these units towards one specific color. When we are making 4 patches and they alternate in color, like this, what happens is when we press them all to one specific fabric type, then the seams will automatically lock together. So I'm going to press all of these towards this blue floral print. Okay, perfect. So now that we're done with all of those 4, I'm going to show you how exactly we're going to put them together. The first method that I'm going to show you is with the magic pins. The magic pins come in several different sizes, lengths, as well as diameters or thickness of the actual pin itself. I absolutely love these extra fine pins by Magic Pin. They are absolutely the best pins out there. I also like how they have a really wide head up here, and it's actually iron safe. So if you'd like to set your seams after you finish sewing a specific thing and leave the pins on, then you're able to actually iron these and they don't stay hot or explode or melt anywhere on your iron or ironing surface. What a large misconception that a lot of people have when they are matching seams together is you not only match those different seams up together, so you kind of nest those until they fit, but then people take pins and stick it in between. What that actually does is it's creating a distance between the two seam lines, so you're always going to have a little hair of difference between the two. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to nest my seams right here, and I'm going to use 2 pins. I'm going to pin on either side of the seam. When I pin on either side of the seam, that keeps those seams locked together, but I don't have to worry about this shifting apart because I don't have anything there stopping it. I'll also put a pin at the beginning as well as the end of my seam. That's method number 1. Method number 2 is using this seam glue right here. All of these products are going to be highlighted on the Today's Deal category with a special sale price for those that are watching this video. All of the sales are valid for 1 week after each video airs. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take my pen, I'm going to put them to the side. I'm going to take this glue, uncap it, and I'm going to put the size of a large pin head right there at the seam. I then am going to take my 4-patch and I'm going to kind of nest this together. It'll become tacky inside there so it'll hold, but then it actually becomes permanent with heat. So I'm going to go 4 seconds right there, and then I can actually pick this up and it's not going anywhere. Any of the 2 pieces automatically stay right there together. How awesome is that? So that's another way, pinless method, of putting those pieces together. You're also able to put drops all along the seam line or just at the beginning as well as at the end in order to make sure that all of those pieces stay nice together. But you'll see that the seam not going anywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the sewing machine, sew these, and then come back here to show you exactly how perfect those seams added up together. Okay, perfect. So now that I have both of these done, I'm going to head over to the iron, show you the finished result. I'm not even going to look at it beforehand because I know it's perfect. Okay, so now we're back at the iron. So I'm going to show you exactly how perfect this seam actually is. This is with a seam-align glue. Look how amazingly perfect that went together. Just with some dabs of glue. Absolutely love this glue product right here. Let's check this guy. Sometimes I use my wool mat as a pin cushion as well. Oh my goodness, it turned out so good. And again, absolutely perfect. So, no matter which method you choose, either the seam-align glue or the extra fine pins, emphasis on the extra fine because it absolutely goes through the fabric a lot better and it doesn't adjust or shift the material as you're pinning it. But either of those methods yielded in perfect matched seams every single time. We hope that you've enjoyed today's Tuesday tip. We hope to see you next week for another Tuesday tip at 2, as well as on Thursday for a brand new Thursday tutorial. I'm Keegan with Cloth Studio. Happy quilting. We'll see you. Bye-bye.